One thing that Nina and I have always said, one thing that has been constant throughout our lives is that we are beyond blessed to be surrounded by such incredible people. Our friends and family are the absolute best, and you guys continue to amaze me with your love and your support for us, and today is no different. We rally, we come out in boats, we come out in the rain. So thank you for being here and for sharing this crazy life with us. Technically, if you run the numbers, I'm the older sister. Though it's never felt like that between us. We were never an older sister and little sister. We were two peas in a pod. Inseparable probably from the moment I learned how to climb into her crib, so we didn't have to sleep in separate beds. Even as the oldest, the honest truth is that I have looked up to Nina and admired her for so many reasons for as long as I can remember. Even as a young child, can't look at you. Even as a young child, she was just vibrant, the kind of person that lights up the room, which really made us the perfect pair because she was everything that I was not. When I was quiet and shy, my dad would take me to political events. I'd wait to speak until I was spoken to. And then there was Nina. And if she wanted to give you a piece of your mind, she didn't care if you were the guest of honor or the mayor or the president of the United States, you were going to get an earful. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just that she was never afraid to speak up or stand up for herself or someone else or whatever she thought was right. She's also never had to conform to fit in. She has always been unapologetically Nina. And people love it, and they are just drawn to her, and I love that. I'm okay. I have glasses just in case. Honestly, since Nina could walk and talk, I think she was ready to take on the world. I really only remember her having one fear, which was my fault, according to Mom. She was always afraid of storms, and I guess that I did that because I made her watch The Wizard of Oz over and over when we were kids. I'm going to take this moment to apologize for that. But that almost fearless little girl is now a stunning and inspiring woman. And as an adult, I have noticed that she has all of the best qualities of both of our parents. She has this amazing ability to connect with people, to bring them in and make them feel welcome and loved. She has beauty, grace, and a profound inner strength, just like Mom. She is also intelligent and driven, successful, social, just a passion for life and fun, and also for helping people. She can be a bit feisty, and she'll drink your ass under the table, just like my dad. All of us up here know this, and so many of you out there. Nina is the friend you call at 3 o'clock in the morning because you need bail money, or a ride, or Taco Bell, or just someone to talk to, because she will drop anything, anytime for her people. She's the kind of sister who spent an entire weekend hanging out by herself in Chicago because I didn't want to stay in a hotel by myself to take the bar exam. She's the kind of person who, going into the most serious surgery of her life, took the time to create a care package for us sitting in the waiting room. I'm not kidding. It had drinks, a little bottle of wine, it had games, food. Who does that? Nina. That's Nina. And I'm so incredibly proud of everything you've accomplished, your schooling, your career, life, how you touch people's lives, and how brave you are. And then there's Nate. And honest to God, I have considered Nate my brother long before today. I remember so well the first time I saw Nina, Nate, and Bella together. It was my dad's 70th birthday at the club, and I was standing by the bar, weird. And they walked through the front door, Nate holding Nina's hand, Nina holding Bella's, and I thought two things in that moment. The first was that was the most sweet and beautiful 5-year-old girl I'd ever seen. And the second was that they looked picture perfect. And you guys may think that I'm embellishing this story for the purpose of this speech, but God's honest truth, I remember thinking that. And that's because Vince and I were just in the trenches at that point. We had a newborn baby. Lane was not yet 2. So you have to imagine me by the bar with like the crooked mom bun, my hair over here, the makeup's running, I got milk down the front of my dress and puke down the back. So admittedly, when I thought that, it may have been a little less like, oh, don't they look perfect? And a little bit more like, well, don't they look perfect? But it was the same thought. And they walked up to Vince and I at the bar, and the first thing that Nate said to us was how beautiful Tavi was, which was a particularly generous compliment at the time because she was screaming her fool head off. And then he did the most amazing thing. He said, let me take the baby. Why don't you get a glass of wine and sit down with your friends? And I must have looked crazy in that moment because I just stared at him with this look of just sheer gratitude mixed with sleep deprivation. But he took her and he walked away and he walked up to my mom and kissed her on the cheek like he'd known her for years and sat down. And that was it. He walked in that day and walked into our lives and he just fit in. From that moment on, he was Uncle Nate to my kids. And as I was sitting there with a glass of wine watching Tavi sleep in his arms, I thought, my God, I love this man. So I went to find Nina, and that's what I told her. And she looked at me and said, yeah, don't be creepy. But for the record, I was right. These two have been through a lot. We've been through a lot as a family, so I've had an opportunity to learn a lot about Nate. I can tell you that he is strong. He's reliable, meticulous, and handy as hell, which has worked out really well for the rest of us. He is thoughtful, honestly the best gift giver I've ever met in my life, so don't forget my birthday's in September. He has been supportive not just to Nina, but to all of us. He is the captain of our boat, and he's just who we needed, because it was shortly after the two of them moved in together on the river that our storm really hit. And if you don't know Nate very well, I can tell you what kind of man he is. Or at least I can try to. He's the kind of man that made it a point to ask my parents for Nina's hand in marriage my mom's last few days, so that she would know her baby girl was taken care of. And it meant a lot to all of us. He then went on to host Christmas dinner for the entire Jacobson family by himself, so that Nina wouldn't have to leave mom's side, and everybody else and the children still had Christmas that year. He's a great man. You guys are a great couple. And you guys have been through so much, not just the bad, but so much good, all of the fun, the parties. Thank you for becoming the party house. I love that. The concerts, moving into the house, the boat rides, watching Bella grow and change. So many good times. But there have been some tough times too, and I only bring it up because I want to point out that even at the beginning of the marriage, your love has so much depth. And when you were up there giving those vows, we all knew that it wasn't just words, it wasn't for better or for worse in sickness and in health. It was a promise that you had made in your hearts a long time ago, and we've all seen that. So while your love has been those good times and the fun, it has also at times been long and terrifying hours in hospital waiting rooms. It has been holding each other up when you're at your weakest point, and it has been waking up next to that person saying, you're gonna get up and we're gonna do this today. We're gonna get through it and we'll do it together. And God damn it, you did. That is what makes your love so raw and real and beautiful and frankly so inspiring to all of us here. Nate was telling me a story the other day about watching the levels of the river rise during the last storm. Nina and I would have just poured ourselves a glass of wine instead of call us when it's over. But not Nate. He stayed up all night. He watched the levels of the river and he had a plan. I have no idea what it was, but I'm sure he had a plan. And that's the thing, you guys fit so well together. You complement each other so well. And for that little girl who wasn't afraid of anything except for storms, who was ready to take on the world, you don't have to be afraid because you found the best person in the world to help you weather any storm. powerhouse together. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you, because you deserve the best and so much more. I love you.
I believe it's safe to say that we have mastered the sickness and health part of the relationship. The rest is all going to be easy, right? Penny would be so incredibly proud of the woman you have become and the wife that you are going to be. I never knew I could love as hard as I do with you, and in the same, I could never have imagined the amount of love and appreciation you have for Bella and I. Nina, you're my rock, and every day your strength amazes me. I want you to know that you do not always have to be the strong one. I will do my best to always be Nina strong for you, but remember, you also have 17 great friends staying up with us today that will always be there to be our Nina strong when we do not always have the strength to do it ourselves. It's friends like these that'll be there to laugh and to celebrate during the great times, but also be the ones we rely on for advice and reasoning during the not so great times. Nina, I love you and I cannot wait for this new chapter in our lives.
So people always say that you meet the one you just know. I thought they were absolutely insane until you came along. And I remember the day like it was yesterday. You and I were sitting on the hill waiting for Aerosmith to take the stage. We'd only been dating like 2 weeks. You leaned over and kissed me and Jade snapped a picture. You showed it to us and the first thing you said was, "Ha, that's going to be on our wedding photos when we get married." And we all laughed and joked around. And it was also that day that I sent a text to my mom. I said, "Mom, I might have found the one who changed my last name." All she wrote back was, "I can't wait to meet him." Somehow that day, the three of us knew that you and I would end up here. But what we didn't know was the road we had ahead of us. I almost feel like we don't need to say vows. For better or for worse, you held my hand as I said goodbye to my person I love the most on this earth. In sickness and health, you held my hand as the first drops of red poison went into my body to kill cancer. Most people know you're strong. You know you're broken. And you love me. I can't promise you that the road's going to be easier or better from here forward because I have no idea. But I can promise you I'll never give up. I won't give up on you. I won't give up on me. I won't give up on your daughter. I'll never give up on us.
Dear Daddy, take me to the rocky wedding road, to have and to hold, and this day for forsaking all of you. For better, for worse, for good, for sickness and health, and my husband, both shall live.
Answer the woman!
And dear Nina, take my dad to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have him hold from this day forth forsaken all others, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. The sickness and health, as long as we both shall live.
Let's go! Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Return to the the Mac. Get on what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, come strut walking. Little bit of humble, little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Nah, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on Shark Week. Raw, time to go off, gone, deuces goodbye. I got a world to see, and my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer, nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night.